In Hindu mythology, whenever a sage's meditation became too powerful, threatening the balance of the universe, the gods sent a celestial weapon to break this person's focus. Because no matter how strong the mind, there's one thing that can conquer it all. And if you want to know what this lethal weapon is, carry on watching this video. All right, let's dive into this. So, yes, in Hindu mythology, whenever there is a sage who prays and meditates for God's blessing, God has no option but to offer the favor, but to actually grant that wish that the sage has been praying for. And oftentimes, in Hindu mythology, the gods would be like, they would go to the ultimate god and say, we have to stop the sage from meditating, because if not, the sage will get a special blessing from you which cannot destroy them forever. So, to break the focus of the sage, the gods would actually send this one thing, and that is a beautiful woman. And in throughout of history and through ancient history, if you look at dynasties and how things worked out, there's always a role of a beautiful woman, and even in a man, a handsome man plays a very critical, a very important role in all of history, because they have the power to change the trajectory of everything. So in Hindu mythology, whenever the sage was starting to really meditate for years and years and years, and gods were about to grant its their biggest wish, they would send a beautiful woman who would dance around this person so that the sage would get distracted and stop from meditating. So what do we learn from this? We learn from this that beauty, love, actually comes first. It conquers everything. It's beyond Mars and all the weapons. It's beyond sun and all its discipline. It actually has the power to conquer everything. And that is the power of love. Even in the Bible, even in the Quran, if you pick up any religion, they always say the ultimate thing that can conquer everything is love. And that's where the power of Venus comes in. That's where the goddess Venus is so important, and I've been focusing on it, because once you know how to appease Venus, once you know how to truly trigger goddess Venus, you can get that intense power that nobody can wield, right? So you get this absolute intense power. So, if you are stuck in something, if you are going to work today, right, and you feel terrible, you do not want to wake up, you do not want to go to your 9 to 5, even in your business, you are dreading to meet with your client and upset that your client is all mad. There's one weapon that you can take with you, and that is the power of Venus. So, what does that mean? When you wake up, take that shower, take a nice, good shower. Wear something that's fresh and crisp and clean. Wear something beautiful that really, truly works well for you. Apply some perfume. Smell good. Look, be clean. Smell good everywhere, right? Like, make sure your hair is smelling fresh. Your mouth is smelling like you've brushed nicely. You have a nice minty breath. The whole body is fresh and clean and look good. Put an effort to like actually look good. Now, especially for women, and I will tell you a trick on how we can activate this for men as well. Your face is the first house. However, this part of your cheeks, the upper part of your cheek, represents Venus. And I have given you other areas of your body which represent Venus in my other videos. Another one is this is the mound of Venus. But on your face, this upper part of your cheek is Venus. So, especially for women, you must apply a light blush. And that truly, like, if you notice, if you've done makeup on a regular basis and you go to work or wherever you go outside, the day you apply blush versus the days you do not apply blush, you will see a difference in how people react to you. There is going to be a massive difference in how people are good. People will suddenly be nicer to you. Everything will kind of flow more smoother with you, right? So just apply a little bit blush. For men who, of course, you don't want to apply makeup, and if you do, I don't care. But another way to activate is in the morning when you are getting ready, just tap the spot 7 times. So just tap it 7 times. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, and repeat this 7 times. So do this 7 times. So a total of 49 times, but take a break. Like do it 7 times, take a quick break, another 7 times, take a quick break, do it for total 7 times. And that's going to, seven is a number for Venus. You're going to activate this area of your face in the morning. And what will happen is, like, this area will be like you'll have slightly more lifted cheeks, and that will bring out that, you may think, oh, what difference is going to make. It's not just like applying blush or doing the tapping method. It is basically you're activating Venus. So by doing this simple act, you will activate Venus. Somehow everyone on that day will find you charming. You will appear more charming. Things that you say will appear more charming. And when you're more charming and fun and light and flirty, people respond to you better. You will just notice that, even if the toughest problem, even if you've done something wrong and you're having like a police case, for example, even there, if you can be just light and fun and all of that, like, it just lightens up. Even the police officers will be like, okay, they might just like do something simple, and not be like so strict on you. I actually noticed this like maybe several months ago. I was driving, and then a bunch of kids, like not kids, like they must be in their 20s, was stopped by the police. And one of the girls was talking to the police, and the other couple of girls were just around doing something. And I looked at them, and the girls were around and just smiling, giggling, and all of that stuff. It was so good to see the dynamic, because I was like, if I was in that situation, I would be like completely panicked and sweaty and all of those things. But those girls were completely in their Venus energy. And I could see the police officer. It was so amazing to see his reaction. Instead of being mad or, grumpy, he was actually kind of like, like he had a spark in his eyes. He was like kind of like trying to flirt with them. And I just saw like the same situation being played in different ways. Like in another, like, if it was a set of other people, like it would be like a very like a bad situation. It would be like an ugly situation where everyone is very stressed. But these girls were so playful. They, instead of being timid and this, they're just laughing, and I don't know what they were talking to the police guy, but you could just sense the energy. And I was at a red light, I could just sense the energy, that the energy was relaxed even though it was a police situation. So that is the power of beauty and love. So if you have a tough day at work today, promise to yourself to make an effort to really look good, and bring that little bit of flirt and charm in the way you have conversations. Don't be serious all the time. You don't have to be ultra serious, because when you're serious, immediately that is mirrored back to you, and the people you're talking to become extremely serious as well. But if you're a little more chilled out, light, flirty, just laughing a little, still doing your work, still accomplishing a ton of stuff. Venus accomplishes a lot. Okay, kid you not, Venus is not, sometimes you'll look at these beautiful little girls and think like, wow, oh, they probably are not accomplished. No, they do a lot of things. These girls make a lot of money because they're focused on their business, but they do it with a lot of that feminine Venusian energy. So I think the tips for today is, I just wanted to kind of tie it from Hindu mythology to today, that there are things, simple things that you can do to be in that embodied feminine Venusian energy that can truly activate and Venus, and simplify your day-to-day life, because love conquers it all. Whichever religion you follow, go check your religious book and you will see the statement somewhere in your book that says love conquers it all, because that is the power of Venus. It can conquer anything. Even a dead person can be brought back into life. That is the power of God's Venus. So if someone is truly very, very unwell, just give them the therapy of love, right? A nice, not the moon type of love. So the motherly love at that, this, when a person is very unwell, the motherly love actually is like, yes, it's nourishing, but the love, the Venusian love, Venusian beauty and love, is what can bring a man out from a dreadful disease. And that you can trigger by your beauty routines, by the pampering you do for yourself, the flirtiness, the charm that you can bring about on a day-to-day life. All right, that's all I wanted to talk about today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Take care. Bye bye.